friends, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a start of a new vlog. I just got the book in the mail today, so super exciting. But this is a Buddy with TB. I thought that since I didn't vlog Queer Lit, I'd vlog something this month to make up for it. And it's actually a new release that came out this month. And that is The Lost Mage by Ben Alderson. Like I said, it's a Buddy with TB, but I probably won't tell him that I have it or when I'm starting it until probably I finish Howl's Moving Castle in the next couple days, because that library loan is due. And then I'll pick this up, because then I can read this and Miranda and Milan. But this is a YA high fantasy. I don't know a ton about it. All I know is there's fae. By the looks of it, there are dragons, and they're gay. That's all I need to know. You guys also know that Ben Alderson is a favorite of mine on this channel. I consider him to be one of my favorite auto-buy authors, so I'm hoping that I will go ahead and enjoy this as much as I enjoyed Cloaked in Shadow. But I'm going to read you all the synopsis before I head off. I have to take a shower and get ready for dinner and everything. Alright, so this book follows Maximus Woodland, and I'm just going to read the synopsis and not try to adjust it. Maximus Woodland Maximus Woodland hated magic, long before it erupted from him, killing the son of Master Gathrex and altering the course of his life forever. Over 100 years had passed since the War of the Wood, when the Northern Army swept across the land and killed the 4 ruling mages, eradicating their ties to magic and leaving their vengeful families to rule. But now one had returned. With Maximus's palm branded by a mage mark, there is no escaping the crime he committed or the truth of what he is. Instead of death at the hands of his master's grieving family, Maximus's newfound power is controlled by them, forced to become the son he killed and live as a false heir, to restore the dwindling legacy of the Gathrex estate. As Maximus struggles to discern allies from enemies, the Mad Queen watches from the north, trusting is impossible, when motives are invisible to him, even if they are shrouded within a handsome stranger. Sounds super interesting. And should be a fairly, most of his books that I've read have only taken me maybe a week and a half to finish, which will be perfect if I start it this week and finish it next week, because then it ends June, which is great. But I'll catch up with you guys when I actually start the book / when I tell TB. Right now I need to go cook dinner. I have to take a shower. Apparently my hair has reached the point of complete healthiness where it doesn't want to take to curls anymore, but whatever, I guess. Either way, I'm gonna go take a shower, wash my hair, and then start defrosting stuff for dinner. So I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, Roo. Past Therese here. I know it's just literally the beginning of the vlog and you guys are like, what the heck, what did you forget? So I have been waiting for a package from TIJN, and I received it last week in the middle of this vlog. So part of this video is in fact sponsored in collaboration with TIJN. They reached out to me, which I'll be mentioning when the clip comes up, but I didn't want to blindside you guys, with paid sponsor content in the middle of it. But they asked me a couple weeks ago, almost I think a month ago, to review some of their products, so I said yes, and they sent over a pair of sunglasses and then 2 pairs of glasses. So I'll be discussing more of that when the content comes, but thought I should warn y'all, because you guys are probably seeing the sponsored content somewhere here, or if I have to put it specifically in a specific area of the video, then y'all are like, what? So I just wanted to warn y'all. But yeah, be excited for me. I always end up wanting to update vlogs when my hair is up in a bun, and since it's not super long, I have bits falling out and it doesn't look good. But hey everyone, it's now Saturday night. I did end up finishing Howl's Moving Castle the day that I said I was. Didn't start the book didn't start Lost Mage until today, and by start I mean I read 1 page. These past couple days have actually been pretty busy for me. If you guys do not know, my birthday is on Sunday, so tomorrow I turn 25, and instead of staying and chilling and reading when I got for lunch yesterday, I decided to go and just go to Marshall's, get some cute little birthday shopping done. I got 1 romper because there was nothing else in my size. Yeah, and then my coworkers surprised me with some cake. I'll throw some pictures of the cake on the screen. Yeah. And then Friday night, my boyfriend wanted to do a cute little movie night, so we stayed in, got some ice cream, watched Love, Victor. We are now officially on season 2, and I have cried every episode since season 2 started. So, fun time. And then today we, what did we do? Oh, I opened my presents on Friday. Got a couple of cute presents. One of them is like a date adventure book. So we get to scratch out every time we go on like a date or we don't know what to do. And we do the date and then we take a picture to prove it and then we fill out the book. So yeah, I'm probably going to read a lot more tomorrow, which is typically the case. I tend to read a little bit more on Sundays. For right now, I'm going to start planning a little bit of my bullet journal. So I'm setting up the last week and then my birthday spreads. And then start, or at least like mark down my birthday spreads, which I think will only be like 2 pages. And then I'm gonna go ahead and write, or start planning out July, and then I'm gonna write and read some of Kate's story before bed tonight. And maybe watch some Loki. I don't know. Like, I need to catch up with it, I do. But I'm just lazy. So I'll catch up with you guys when I actually get some reading done. I will be reading, so do not worry. But tomorrow's my birthday, so don't expect me to read a ton. Hey friends, it is Monday. I will update you guys on the book in a little bit. I kind of want to take a nap so I can form more cohesive thoughts. This video is low-key also kind of sponsored, / I'm collaborating with a brand for the first time. I'm so excited. But that is for TIJN. They reached out to me, I want to say about a month ago, asking if I wanted to just test out some of their glasses and everything. They come with prescription glasses and sunglasses, and also blue light blocking filters. I'll be sure to leave their links down below. So they asked me to test out 2 of their glasses. One is, I ended up getting a non-prescription glass, and then sunglasses because I don't know my current prescription. Then I also got a pair of sunglasses, and before they sent off these 2, they also said that they are now opening an offshoot brand called Orange by TIJN, and also sent me a pair of anti-fog glasses. So I have opened the boxes clearly because I wanted to make sure that nothing was damaged. For TIJN, they come in this like really minimalistic box. One of their things is that they want to use more minimalism. Packaging is also eco-friendly and good for the planet, so you can definitely recycle the box that it comes in. And then each of the glasses that I got also come in nice little cases. So I don't remember which one I put in here, but I think, okay, these are the sunglasses. I got the Mims, which I have been looking for a new pair of sunglasses. The sunglasses I currently have are more of a rose colored, and while they're great, it doesn't really block out the sun very well. So oh, this is actually really nice. It's like not super strong of a tint, so I can still see colors and like lights and everything. Hi Nico, he wants to say hi. But then it's also dark enough to where like the sun and the brightness from the blue of like the sky, yeah, the sky will work out just fine. So this is perfect, and I cannot wait to wear it tomorrow when I'm driving to work. Then the next one, I believe these are the Hank glasses. Like I said, I got them without a prescription, which worked out for the best because I don't know my current prescription. So I'm hoping that when I do get my glasses changed out, I can ask them to see if they can change it out. But let me just get a closer look because there's some glare. These aren't bad actually. They I think they frame my face they frame my face really nicely. Oh, I look so cute. I'm excited. This is gonna be so cute. For the anti-fog glasses, I'm gonna have to test this out. Not because I don't think it'll hold up to the test, but you know, just saying it's anti-fog would be, I think I'm gonna probably end up having ramen tonight. I know it's hot, why would you do that, sue me? But I think they're similar. Oh, these are nice. They have kind of like a, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but these guys are they're different designs from the Hank, but they do have that kind of green. I think these are also blue light blocking, I want to say. Probably not. They kind of have a greeny tint to it. So I will test these out tonight while I'm having some ramen, because even though it's hot out, I am kind of in the mood for ramen now that I've said it. So, but I will catch up with you guys in a little bit, probably while I am editing and eating, because I have a video that I need to put up tonight, but I need to take a nap because I'm very tired. But yeah, these are so cute. I'm actually really like happy about this. Definitely excited to try the anti-fog. I think it'll be cute like when if I feel like my outfit will go well with glasses, but I don't want to wear my actual glasses because I can't really drive very well when I'm in my actual glasses, but I like. And then they also offer contacts, so if you guys are looking for new contacts, I will leave all their links down below. But I will leave all their links to their contacts, their glasses, their offshoot brand, the glasses that I currently have, and then their social medias links down below if you guys want to check them out. But I will let you guys know what else I have found with this brand, because they have actually really cute glasses and they're not like a terrible price point, I don't think. And then the glasses that I also have also come with glasses cleaners, which is great because you can never have enough glasses cleaners. I think that means I can probably stuff one in my car, leave one at my boy. No, actually, because if I can get the prescription of my glasses on these, I will leave my old pair, which are not on here right now. My old pair, which are tried and true blue light blocking, bless these glasses, and the thingy there. So it all works out for the best. But I'll catch up with you guys after my nap because I'm tired and I don't think I can form cohesive thoughts in regards to the book, because I have started reading it without saying some mumbo jumbo words. But yes, I will catch up with you guys when I'm done with my nap. I'm editing and I'm testing out these anti-fog glasses. Let me just pause my movie. Alright, I got my poppin' hot bowl of ramen, the book, and the glasses. So let's just try out the glasses while I'm here. I don't want to keep flipping them over, but yeah, so I think these are blue light blocking, and these are also the anti-glare glasses, so that's perfect, but they're not prescription, so there's a high chance I will end up putting these into my mouth. I have to take rid of the sticker, but oh, they're not fogging up. Yeah, they're not fogging up like they normally do. Well, let me just... I like that. I really like that. I know it's kind of the lenses that do it, so I don't know how well it'll work out if I get this changed out. But there's a chance that if things go well, I'll actually end up ordering a pair for myself of anti-fog glasses and like insert my prescription in there once I get my new prescription. But yeah, ooh, look at this guy. Sorry. If you guys don't know, I was in band for like ever and ever in high school. Like, dominated my life. But we did this thing called the Sky Appreciation Moment. Give it a second. Nothing beats the sky from where I'm from. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I read a little bit yesterday, quite a bit actually. I'm only a few chapters in, I want to say 5 or 6. Pulling out all the stops, we're only in the beginning. Ben is pulling out all the stops, it's only like 5 chapters in. There's a lot of dark topics already being covered. Yeah, these guys are fogging up quite a bit. Switch over. As you guys can tell, I'm trying to like do both a review and discuss the book, which isn't always working. These are good. They don't like, they'll start to fog up and they'll clear up super fast, if anything, but it's not like normal glasses where it just kind of stays foggy. But I really need to see while I'm updating so I can not miss my mouth. We're already kind of discussing like the abuse that Maximus goes through. There's even trigger warnings in the beginning that discuss what it has. It says it contains themes of toxic relationships, murder, loss of family members, death, abuse, manipulation, anger, grieving, depression, and blood and gore. So it's already a lot, and we see a lot of that already in the first 5 chapters. Our friend, the main character Maximus, is currently, I guess, like I don't want to say like a slave, but he's owned, is what it's telling me. So I'm assuming he is in fact a slave because he is the only one who really knows how to use magic. It's just wild to me. Not super wild, but like basically he doesn't have magic, he's being treated very poorly. In the first couple pages we see that relationship, more or less, quote unquote. And we see how he gets his mage mark, which is pretty brutal in of itself and kind of bred out of fear and genuine kind of like need to survive. And that's kind of where I left off, is after he wakes back up in the forest with a certain someone no longer with us, and the Mage Mark. So I believe right now he's running away because he will in fact get in trouble should he end up being found out that he ended up basically killing his master, for lack of better words. So far I'm enjoying it. Ben has grown so much from the first book, Dragori book, that it's insane. This one is definitely different vibes. It's a lot darker so far. I'm enjoying it, but now I'm gonna go. I have to edit a video tonight, so I don't know if I'll get a chance to read. And then today was kind of busy for my lunch because I went to the dentist. Hate the dentist, but they were very nice, and I got to figure out what's wrong with my teeth and what I can do to fix it, which is great because it's one of my biggest insecurities is my teeth, which sucks considering I talk in front of a camera and I have to smile a lot in front of a camera. But yes, I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Probably when I'm reading again or if I have read at all. But not gonna lie, if you guys are looking for a nice pair of anti-fog glasses that are also blue light blocking, because I believe these guys, but I highly recommend their anti-fog lenses because that is pretty neat. So like I said before, I will have them linked down below with their contacts, their original brand and their offshoot brand, as well as their socials. So you guys can check them out and see if you guys want anything. But so far I'm really impressed. I look very cute right now, and then add this and I look very bougie. Okay, it is now Wednesday night. Didn't get a chance to update you guys because Tuesdays are typically reality TV show days with my boyfriend and my roommate and I. So right now we just finished the 3rd season of Are You the One? We're hoping to find the 8th season because apparently that's the season with all the fucking bisexuals, and I'm here for it. And my boyfriend also ended up getting a little too drunk off of margaritas and had to spend the night. So I guess I couldn't update the vlog. Me, but that's okay. And then slight other tangent before we hop into the book. Let's just take a look at my hair. I'm gonna show you guys in better lighting. But if you guys don't know or are new to this channel, I have been on my curly hair journey since about December. So far I had a way to get my curls to come out, but it was pretty much kind of flat at the top. I look like an egg right now, but that's okay. Pretty flat at the top, and then these would be kind of like waves that would fall into like straight kind of kinks, or I guess like kind of straight, like slept on, brushed through braided waves, if that makes any sense. And then these would kind of be not very uniform or not at all very pronounced. As you guys can tell, we got some progress. I think I still have to train this side a lot because it looks more like I curled my hair and brushed it out rather than letting my hair naturally sit in curls. But the right side is doing some progress. I didn't do anything different with my styling products. Nothing at all. What I ended up doing was I saw a couple of videos talking about the Denman brush and using it on wavy hair. Now I don't want to buy the Denman brush because it seems really expensive, or at least like I didn't want to buy a brand name brush and then end up not liking it. So I bought a dupe that comes with a travel brush on Amazon, and I used this. Basically I did the whole like flipping it out. I did like what everyone does, was like brush it under and then flip it out. But since my curls aren't that trained yet, they didn't want to do it. So what I did is a method from a YouTuber that I saw. I will leave her link down below, Therese, don't forget. But what she did was do that brush underneath, flip it all the way down, and then like when you have like probably like the last like this much left hair, you start twirling your hair in the way that you want it to, and then you scrunch it. Then you add all your products and your gel and you scrunch like normal. And this is kind of like, I washed my hair yesterday and also took a shower, so it is like, I think the curls are a little bit more poofier, and it is very humid outside, a little bit more poofier and like frizzy. But like for a first try, this isn't bad. So I think I'm gonna keep messing with the method and try to perfect it more. I was on a bit of a time crunch last night since my boyfriend was coming over. But what can you do? As for the book, I ended up reading to part 2 yesterday, and then I read some of part 2 last night, and then I fell asleep. I wanted to make this non-spoiler, like a spoiler-free vlog, but I can't talk about the shit that happens in this book without having to dive into some spoilers. So basically Maximus has been, I guess, like a slave for the Gathraxes, which is like the noble family. He and his family, he hasn't been able to see his family very well, he's not very close, and he's very mistreated by the owner's son, Julian. That is, until his magic kicks in and he accidentally kills Julian and marks himself as the first mage to appear in about like 60 to 100 years. Now each of these families that there are like I think 4 families, and then one of them was he was serving under, haven't had a mage as well. Like the last mage died with this family. There's so much that happened. Like I'm still processing. Basically, since he killed Julian, the master found out that he has magic, and that is how Julian died. So he went to go and replace Julian. Basically dyed his hair, colored his contacts, practiced it and everything. And then these 2 twins are telling him, oh yeah, no, we'll get you out eventually, it's okay. That didn't happen. And he ends up in this weird situation where he has to pretend to be someone he's not, or else these people get killed if they find out. And this boy, this very mysterious bad boy, whose name is Cameron, whom we all know how I feel about mysterious bad boys named Cameron, pops in and they have some sexual tension, and then he ends up being forced into this marriage, which is like gay already. And when they're trying to like be against this marriage and whatnot, Cameron somehow magically overthrows the master, has Maximus kill him because the master has been keeping Maximus's wand away from him, and now they are ruling. And that's where we are. And it's been a wild ride. Like, Ben Alderson did not stop with anything. He pulled out all the stops, and we're only 100 pages in. And this book is like, what, over 200, 300 pages long? Over 300 pages long, almost 400. TB finally caught up to me yesterday, and we have been non-stop screaming about this. Everything's calmed down right now since we are in part 2. Part 2 is titled The Traitorous Chord, so I'm concerned as to what could possibly happen now. Because there are so many ways this could be. Other people could be betraying. Like Maximus could betray someone. Cameron could betray them. The twins could betray him. Some rando on the street. Like, who? But yeah, I am thrown for a loop. I'm not even halfway through, and I think unless something happens at the end of this book, which is this is the first in the series, this is probably gonna be a 5 and one of my favorite reads of the year. I also have to say that I don't know why I thought this was gonna be YA. The cats are playing. I didn't know why, but it is not YA. I'm pretty sure it's like new adult to adult, because this is a very dark fantasy. Like, oh my god, what? But I'm enjoying it. It's great. I love Ben Alderson. I am forever a Ben Alderson simp. We stand Ben Alderson in this house. Yeah, I'm simping for Cameron, but again, I also really love bad boys with the name Cameron because of Fallen. So I need to go finish some YouTube things. I have to add the books for my, I think, 20 questions book tag, because TV called me out that I forgot to add it in my description. So, and then I'm gonna go and work on my thumbnail for my video coming out tomorrow and my captions for my previous video. And yeah, couldn't tell you why, but yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later before I keep talking and keep talking. Saturday night, almost 10 o'clock-ish. Friday was a bit of an interesting day, or night. I didn't get a chance to eat at lunch. My boyfriend and I go, like, has Fridays off. So we go to lunch on my lunch on Fridays. And then when I got home, I was like, I got let out a little early because it's a 3-day weekend. So when I got home, I was like, I'm feeling a little tired. I'm gonna take a nap. Took a nap, and then my lactose intolerant self decided, yo, Therese, you know that milkshake you had? So that was fun. Not really. And there's also a bit of a thunderstorm, so I stayed a little later to chill out with the cats and make sure they were okay after the thunderstorm. Saturday, today, my boyfriend and I went on a hike. It wasn't the hike we were thinking about. I live near the Donner Pass area, you know, the infamous Donner Pass. If you guys are kind of new to what the Donner Pass is, I will leave a link to the Wikipedia down below. Basically, travelers got stranded in the snow. They were dying, and in order to survive, they started eating each other. That's basically TLDR. But we went to one of the hikes in the area, and I thought that it was going to be the ones going to the train stations, which was a very flat hike. It's a walk, basically. Very beautiful, very nice and cool for the summertime. We ended up taking a different trailhead, which is going up to the peak of the mountain. And because, as you guys saw on Thursday, I worked out. I did a lovely little workout with weights, and it was fine, but sadly, since I haven't done it in a while, also slash the fact that I am very stressed, or have been very stressed, I'm very knotted. So there were a lot of like knots in like my buttock, like just basically where I worked out, my buttocks area, kind of my quad area, both front and back. So we got to about like halfway through that hike, because we had realized it like about half a mile in, and we're like, you know, let's just finish the hike. It's a pretty trail, not a big deal. We'll find some shade soon. We got about halfway, and it was just all uphill with no sun. So my boyfriend was like, do you want to go back? Like, you look exhausted, you're gonna pass out. I'm like, yeah, my legs can't carry me anymore. So we went back down, which I need from him, and then we went to the lake, because there's a lake. There's a Donner Pass Lake, which is not the one we went to. We went to the lake closer to where I live, where we live. And we got to these wonderful burrito place. If y'all are ever in the North Tahoe area, I recommend Tea's, Mesquite, and Rotisserie. Best burritos ever. Highly recommend their tri-tip burritos. It's great. We went there and then got back from the hike, took a shower, we just kind of relaxed. But as for the book, I am a good chunk of the way through. I feel like I should be able to finish this probably by tomorrow or tonight if I really power through. I haven't heard from TV. I don't know how far he is. I'll probably update him and be like, I'm on chapter 32, where are you? I don't know. Like, it's very interesting, and I'm really interested in where this is gonna go, the series. However, I feel like there's something missing, and I can't tell exactly what that is. I feel like there's a lot of things that are getting introduced right now, which again, basis for every fantasy story is the first book. I feel like my lighting is very off. A little better. The first book is always the book that sets this tone for everything. Sets the world building, sets the main conflict, everything. But I didn't think there was going to be a dragon so early on. In part 2, we already meet the dragon. Her name is Glamora. She does not match the dragon on the cover, because the dragon on the cover is green. Yeah, she's green. And Glamora is obsidian. So, yeah. And now he is currently traveling with Beatrice and Simeon, the two siblings. I think they're twins. I don't remember. The two siblings who are of magic descent, who have been kind of hiding undercover in the south to look for the last mage who was taken from the north. And now they're traveling up there to see the Mad Queen, because the Mad Queen had ended up taking Maximus' parents from where they were being held hostage by Master Gathrix to the north, because apparently Maximus has ties to the north via his mother, who ran away from the north before Maximus was even born. There's just a lot of setup right now, and I feel like, okay, I think like I am a fan of situations that kind of mess with the whole concept of like the 5-act structure, which is like the beginning, the base, which is like the Act 1, which is the beginning, Acts like 2 or 3, which set up the conflict, Act 4, which is the climax, and then Act 5, which is the resolution, or like leading to the resolution. I believe that's kind of the 5-act structure. I'm a little pooped right now. I did end up passing out while we were watching a movie, but it's fine. Little pooped from the hike and just being genuinely exhausted. But I feel like with this 5 acts, with this act structure, like the pacing of the story, it's a little bit more reverse, where things should be ramping up toward the end of the first book. I feel like things are kind of slowing down. And we're seeing a lot more of the world building and the relationship bonding that should have happened earlier in the book, rather than it happening almost like the last quarter of the book. However, I am enjoying it. As of right now, it's probably sitting at like a 4, like a very high 4, almost a 4.5, and unless it can go up even higher by the end of this book, which I don't know how it'll do that, because I feel like right now it's really just setting up Maximus arriving at the place that he will call home. And yeah, so I don't know how that'll work out, but as of right now it's about a 4.5 for me. I don't know how TB is gonna rate it, but yeah. But I'm gonna go and read now. It is 10 o'clock, so I will have some content for y'all. I feel like I've been okay with content recently. Not super like blah, but not yeah. I'm also gonna message TB and see how far he is in, because I don't know. I don't want to send him something. Hey everyone, it is now Monday morning at like 10, almost 10:30. I didn't get a chance to finish the book last night. I have about 100 pages left, which I plan on finishing while I eat breakfast this morning. A lot has happened. So they ended up arriving at the north after an issue with, what is it called? They're like weird wolf things. I forgot the name. Warcupine? Yeah, a Warcupine, which is like a wolf made of pine needles that are apparently very poisonous. Don't know how they'll come back into the story later, but as of right now, that's all I know about them. And now Maximus is a prisoner because of the mage he killed trying to protect the village. And by the looks of it, the Mad Queen is Beatrice's mom, I think. I could have misread that entire situation, but which is most likely the case. Yeah, as of right now, Maximus is learning about his like past and getting magic lessons and everything else. It feels like something is missing. I haven't been able to put my finger on it, and I don't know if it's like how the story is written, that everything was so action-packed in the first like chunk, and then in the first part, and then when we get to the second and third parts, it slowed down significantly and has turned into a more of a traditional fantastical situation where you just kind of travel for a while. But it feels like with all that action in the first part, the last half feels almost lacking. Not to say it's a bad thing that, you know, the acts were a little bit more reversed, but I feel like since we're learning about all the world building now in the second and third half, like parts, it just feels like there's something missing. I think right now what's missing is a lot of the world building. I feel like since Maximus was raised in the South, a lot of the South's idea of the history has been warped and changed to adjust to make the South seem more, I guess, like a victim. Whereas in the North, it seems like it's the other way around, where the South had completely decimated parts of their thing and completely ruined the ability for them to make amplifiers out of a specific wood because they burned the entire forest down. But I feel like right now what's missing is a lot of the world building. We're getting a lot of the characters and their personalities and their backstories, which is great. But then in terms of the world building and what's happening in the North and the South and the history with the tension and the Mad Queen, I feel like that aspect is just overall missing from the book. So I don't know if the last 100 pages will fill in the gap. We will see. But it looks like they're going to be attending the academy where a lot of like the mages or the versions of the mages, because there are specific mages, like there are healers, there are defense mages, there are offense mages, and I guess other stuff in between. So I guess we'll be seeing if we see more of that and get some more of the world building, because like right now I feel like that's the one thing that's missing, because this is a fantasy world. You think a lot of the world building would be set up in the first book, but it feels like a lot of the history that Maximus needs to know to create a side or to choose a side I should say is not there. So yeah, right now I'm hoping to finish this before I go ahead and start getting ready, because I have to film a video and then my sister wants to hang out and do a little bit of shopping. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. I'll probably have some b-roll of me reading and eating. Reading and eating. And then probably some shopping that my sister and I are going to do. But until then, I'll catch up with you guys. Hopefully I'll have the book finished by then, because I would like this video to go up this weekend. This was supposed to go up a while ago, but I just kept putting it off because I got lazy. So yeah. Okay, I just got back from shopping. Did I remember to do any b-roll? No. I did not end up buying anything at the mall. I did buy a pair of shorts that I thought were gonna fit, and like all the times they fit around my waist, but then since I don't got much thighs or a donk, they're a little loose. So I'm gonna return them sometime probably next week. This week's gonna be pretty jam-packed. My boyfriend's mom is coming for her birthday. First time I'm meeting his mom. So I need to emotionally prepare for that. She's coming Thursday, and then my sister and I are making brownies for her because it's her birthday when she lands on Wednesday. So it's going to be a pretty busy weekend. I did, however, get a new plant. I'm not a plant person. I'm going to throw that out there. I am not a plant person. I look at a plant that I was given as a present and it'll die. But I bought this guy. It's called a little lipstick plant. My mom apparently has one that's a different kind of variation. I have a new pot for it to be in, but I don't know how to replant pots. So I'm gonna wait for my roommate to help me, because all these other plants, we also have a couple outside, are hers. But it's my cute little lipstick plant, and pray for the plant that I don't accidentally kill it. I'm gonna do research now on how to take care of it, but first I'm gonna finish this book. Alrighty, it is now Tuesday. Let's close that because we can probably hear that. But it is now Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday after the morning time, but not during the nighttime. I finished the book last night, before I went to my boyfriend's. Gave it a very low 4.5. I enjoyed it. I think the book kept you on your toes, and as per usual, Ben Alderson's writing is like pretty top tier. We also really do love his characters and how he creates his characters on this channel, just so y'all know. However, what kind of dinged me and made it a low 4.5 for me, and not the full 5, or not even not even around 4, is that I felt like something was missing. It took me a long time to get to it, but something was missing. And when I finally figured it out, it was when I realized that there wasn't a lot of world building that had happened. Typically, as we all know, as I mentioned in this vlog, and other probably book or writing related situations, first books of things tend to set up the conflict and the world building. I think this book did really well setting up the conflict, the characters and their progression and their relationships or future, current, whatever, and however else. What I don't think the book did really well with was setting up the world. I kind of have no idea how the world functions, the history, and I feel like every time Maximus tried to learn about it, everyone just kind of said, oh, you'll learn later, or oh, I don't want to tell you right now, I'm not in the right headspace. So it was just kind of a lot of walls blocking the way, which made it really hard to even picture the world or the mystical beings that kind of came along with it. Like at the end, we find out the phoenixes are a thing, and phoenixes are the ones trying to burn the magical oak and get rid of mages, or at least a variant of the phoenix who has since possessed Cameron, made him evil, go crazy, capture his parents, and also have swayed Beatrice to his side, to their side. So it was just kind of like, I didn't know that phoenixes were a thing. And TB and I also discussed it when he finished it earlier this morning, and we felt like there were some pacing issues as well. Let me see what we said exactly. So we both said there were some pacing issues. It felt both, the pacing felt way too fast and also at the same time way too slow. And because of that weird kind of like pull and tug, some of the bigger events, like there's an event where Maximus finds a feather in Cameron's journal that he provided Maximus when Maximus went to the north. And it felt super anticlimactic, even though I feel like in that scenario it should have felt more unsettling and kind of like, oh, what did you do? But it didn't feel that way. It just felt like he was throwing out the trash. So I feel like there were some pacing issues and some world building issues that could have been fixed and could have been, not fixed, that could have been hashed out a bit more. Because it, like I said, it felt too slow and then it also felt too fast. I feel like in the slower bits, we should have gotten that world building, which I feel like would have rounded out and fixed not only the world building issue, but then the pacing issue. Because then during the slow bits, we're learning information about the world, setting up everything else, and getting to know kind of what we should be expecting out of the remainder of the story, while also the remainder of the series as a whole. I still enjoyed it, however. It kept me going, kept me really enjoying what was going on and want to know what had happened. However, like I said, there are some of those things that kind of dinged it for me, so yeah. But that is it for this vlog. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I'm trying to get back into the habit of vlogging, but I'm finding it a little bit difficult. I don't know why. I don't. I think I've just, like, I started vlogging toward the kind of, yeah, I started, like, wholeheartedly vlogging December 2019, right before everything hit, and then I got into vlogging in quarantine, stopped for a little bit when my mental health stopped, and now I'm, like, not super out and about, but I do have a mild social life now. So now I'm just sitting here, like, don't know how to do this. But yeah, until next time, hit like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I do have high hopes for this series. Like I said, Ben Alderson, I'm a fan of Ben Alderson on this channel. I just think there were a couple of things that could have been hashed out if there was a bit more of a balance in terms of the information given versus the slower pacing. But until next time, I will leave everything that I've mentioned down below. I will leave TIJN, who has sponsored part of this video, and everything else. But until then, bye!